Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message, and I want to let you know that suppression is because there is no safety. Let me say this again. Suppression is because there is no safety. Now, I'm going to give you all the definition of suppression before I get into the message. The definition of suppression is just when you prevent an impulse or you restrain a feeling or an action from developing. And so, if we are all honest, all of us probably are walking around suppressing something or suppressing several things within us because there is no safety around us. The reason why I'm making this video message is because you could be a person who is suppressing a particular thing, and the thing that you are suppressing, it is causing damage in your relationships or in the current relationship that you're in. When you look around in your circle, or when you look around the people that you deem as trustworthy, you call them a friend, you call them the family member that you're real tight-knit with, or you have someone around you that you say you love, there could be something that you are suppressing from them because there is a part of you that you don't feel safe letting it out. And this is something that I talked about a few days ago when I put out the video message about when a man or a woman is single, how they act and what you see them doing is who they really are. And one of the things that I discussed in that message also was the fact that sometimes a person can be in your life, but they will suppress a particular thing about themselves because they want to control you or they want to manipulate you. Them suppressing a particular thing about themselves, it would benefit them in the long run, even if you find out about it later down the line. And the example I used was how a man will, not all men do this, but there are some men out here, they will suppress their true nature. So if a man has a nature of being a person that is promiscuous, he's sexually promiscuous, he sleeps around all the time, he may come across a particular woman that he really loves or he really is attracted to her and he likes her, but he has not gotten all the way delivered from that lustful spirit of wanting to sleep with countless women. So he will suppress this fact about himself, have that woman come into his life, or she will give that man access to her, trusting him, believing him, and whatever he tells her, and letting her guard down, and they may go to having a full-blown relationship or even being married. And as time goes on, that lust demon will leak out, because it's only so long a individual can suppress something serious like that. On the other end, there are some of you all, you may suppress how you truthfully feel about somebody. You may have someone that you really want to have a bond with, you really do love them, but you are suppressing how you really feel, and in their face you come off as if you really don't care about them. You really not feeling them like that, and it's a game that you play. And some of you all, you are in these relationships where a person doesn't know where they stand with you. Certain friends don't know where they stand with you. Certain family members don't know where they stand with you. And your interactions with a lot of people, it is off-putting. It is unbecoming because you are suppressing certain things about yourself, because more than likely something went on in your life where you tried to be open, you tried to be vulnerable, and you no longer were safe because when you revealed or told the particular thing that you told, you got mishandled, you got mistreated, you got rejected, you got mocked, you got laughed at, you got ostracized. On today, I want to let you all know, this message is for a lot of you all. you keep having a breakdown in your relationships and connections with different people. As quick as someone comes into your life as a friend, as quick as you bond with a family member that is your favorite person, as quick as you get into a relationship with someone, you start to find out as time goes on, things about you begin to leak out that initially you didn't tell the person in the stage that was rudimental. So the beginning stage of that friendship, the beginning stage of the marriage, the beginning stage of that connection, you didn't share with a particular person who you really were. And see, what you guys have to understand is that being vulnerable is something that has to happen when you are building trust or a relationship with someone. You have to show a certain level of vulnerability, because when you are 100% mysterious to someone that is telling you that they love you and they love you for real, or you love them for real, but you're hiding something that is major about yourself, meaning if it comes out in your marriage later down the line, if your friend or friends find out about this particular thing, whatever it is, later down the line, or somebody that is connected to you, it will cause them to view you or look at you in a different way. Now listen, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not here to tell you all to air out all of your thoughts, all of your feelings, and all of your deep dark secrets to anybody. But what I'm saying to you all is that if you feel a block, if you feel that there is a prison in the relationships and interactions that you have with somebody that you really do care about, or somebody that you know that they trust you, you know that they respect you and they honor you, but you are intentionally not being vulnerable and suppressing something about yourself, then you need to change. And this is something that you have to work on. But it takes prayer, and it takes you getting over your fear, and it takes you getting over your anxiety. Let me explain to you all why this is also something that we all have to practice, because the people who are in your circle, they need to know who you are, because certain things that come out about you later, or certain things that are being gossiped about or talked about, somebody that is connected to you and love you, they need to be able to defend you for the right reasons. But how can someone that you are suppressing who you really are in front of them, how can they defend you? How can they be honorable and take up for you when they really don't know what it is that's going on? And see, what a lot of people don't understand is that when you suppress certain things, depending on what it is, I'm not here to tell you all a particular thing, you need to stop suppressing that, or that over there, you need to stop doing that. That is between you and God. But what I'm saying is that it becomes dangerous and problematic when you enter into a covenant, which is a marriage, or when you enter into a friendship and there are certain things that are at risk. So for instance, let's say, I'm just throwing this out there, okay? I'm pulling one straw. Let's say you are a person who you had a criminal situation that went on with you, right? And the situation caused you to be looked at as a convicted felon in that time and in that season. Depending on what it is, let's say it was something in the realm with maybe children, or let's say it was something in the realm of you stole a large amount of money. Let's say it was something in that field. The person that you are connected to, why would you think that this is something about you that they don't need to know? If you know that it's completely over with you and that is not the woman or the man that you are anymore, why would you not share that particular thing about yourself and you suppress it? Because in your selfishness, you want that person to give you access to them. Whether it is in a friendship, whether it is in a relationship, whether it is in a marriage, and then they get hurt because it comes out and they hear it from somebody else, or a situation happens and that explodes, and then it causes tension in that connection and in that relationship. I just want to let you all know, Either if you don't understand it, or the people who you deal with, you don't understand them and why they operate the way they operate. It is because suppression happens when there is no safety around. If you all don't take anything else away from this video message, I want you all to take away the fact of, you have to be a person that someone feels safe with. I'm not saying you will be this perfect person. I'm not saying that you will always do everything right. I'm not saying that you will always say everything that is right. But people need to feel safe around you. I'm not saying everybody will feel this way, because see, people have their hang-ups. People are always going to make assumptions about you. People are always going to look at you and pass misjudgments on you. People will make up things in their head about you that they think, or they will piggyback off what they heard somebody else say, and they won't investigate it and have any proof of what it was that they were told, or what they hear, or what they think. However, if you know that there is something that could be damaging to your friendship later down the line, or if you know that it can be something damaging to your family dynamic later down the line, or you know, this is major, if you know that it's something that can be damaging to your covenant, meaning your marriage is nothing to play with. And so I'd like to think, I think it's safe for me to go out here and boldly state this and be unapologetic about it. And I'm including myself in it and anybody else. If you are a man who is about to be married, or a woman who is about to be married, or you are already a married man or a married woman, there are certain things you should not suppress. Because if you are pretending to be something that you're not, and that thing that you've been suppressing comes out later down the line, what do you have to say if the person that you love and they trusted you, they find out about it, but then the trust is broken, or they reject you, or they no longer want to be around you because they thought that you were one way, or they thought you shared everything with them and put everything on the table, but they found out you were playing a game with them. The thing about it is that people that come into your life, there should be a certain level of trust. You should be able to have a conversation with somebody and you tell them, you know what, this is something that I battle with. This is something that I struggle with, and I need you to pray for me as my friend. I need you to pray for me as my fiance. I need you to pray for me as my family member. I want the conversation to stay between you and I. This is not public knowledge, but us bonding as friends, us bonding as a man and a woman that's about to be married. You need to know this part of me, because if everybody else knows about it, but you don't know, and you find out, or you find out about it later, how would that make you feel? How would it affect me and your marriage? How would it affect our friendship? This is why it's important that if you are not around people that make you feel safe to the point you no longer want to suppress certain things, you need to be the safe haven for the people who come in contact with you. You need to be the safe person. See, the thing that a lot of you all also need to understand is that you have to grow in the grace of learning how to hold information that people give you. When people come to you and they share certain things with you, or you find out certain things that may be humiliating or embarrassing for another person, or it's very difficult for them to talk about certain things, if they trust you to tell you certain things, you have to still be able to maintain that information, hold that information, even when that person makes you angry. That doesn't give you the license if you fall out with them, if you divorce them, or if the friendship ends. It doesn't give you the license to go and air out that thing that they were suppressing, whatever it was, to everybody, just because you're mad and just because you want to pay them back, and you want to make them feel the way that they made you feel, or simply because the friendship or the relationship or the marriage did not work out. There was something when I was a married woman years ago. There was something. I'm just using this as an example. It's not to badmouth my ex-husband or anything, but these real life things that goes on, I from time to time I incorporate them in these video messages. But there was something very personal that had went on with me. It was something that I experienced. It was nothing that I did, but it was something that I experienced, and I had never shared it with anybody because I carried shame behind what went on and what happened to me. But I shared this secret thing with my ex-husband in a fit of his rage. We had already been divorced and things just were not good with us. For whatever reason, years later, he had a conversation with my mother, God rest her soul, and in anger, he went and told my mother this particular thing, but he had grossly exaggerated it. He added more to it. But the point was, what I shared with him, it wasn't meant for my mother or anybody else to hear. It was something that I experienced. It was something that happened when I was young, and it was something that I felt I can trust him with. And so after I saw that, already I had went from a place of having certain trust issues with certain people, but it took my trust issues to an even higher level when my mother called me and repeated to me what my ex-husband had shared with her. Eventually, I did call him on the phone and I asked him, number one, why did you exaggerate the situation and you added something horrible to that situation that never happened? And so my family dynamic can be threatened or ruined because of something you lied and told. You added on to something simple that I said. You added what you wanted to add. And he did let me know that he did it because he was mad at me. So the point that I'm making, guys, is that's a great example to use when someone is not safe. And so when someone is not safe around you, you will probably suppress certain things. And so I want you all to be at a place, and the Father in heaven, Jesus Christ, can help you all with this, because he will give you, the Lord, one thing I love about him, he will give you the discernment on who you can and cannot trust if you are connected to him. You have to be connected to the Father. You have to be communicating with the Father on a regular basis. You have to be praying. You have to be diligent. You have to be vigilant in your prayer life. And so if you are hesitant or have reservations about a particular person, you want to be close to them. You want to be connected to them. You want to fully trust them, but you suppress certain things because of your trust issues and because you don't feel safe. But to be fair, guys, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of here. To be fair, it is unfair for you to suppress part of your character and who you really know you are and what your nature is, and you completely hide it from a person who is coming into your life, or they have gave you access to their life. You never suppress something with the intent of you want to play a game with the person because you are selfish and you want them for yourself. What you need to do is be brave enough and be mature enough and confident enough to share who you are with somebody that you're in a relationship with, and tell them who you really are. Because believe it or not, when you are open and honest and put out there on the table who you are and what you battle with or what you have the tendency to do, and God still has to work with you, there's still some deliverance that needs to take place, there's still some cleansing and redemption that needs to take place, what you will find is that people will actually love you more. Some people out here will start to protect you even more. Some people out here, they will respect you more when the very thing that you suppress or try to hide from them, because you want what you want, but you are afraid that if you reveal it to them, they're going to break up with you or cut you off. You all got to be at a place where you feel like this. Okay, listen, if I'm telling this man as a woman that I love him, and I know there's this particular thing that I've been battling for a long time, I gotta trust that if I share this with him, that he's not going to break it off with me, or he's not going to mock me, or he's not going to reject me, or or he's not going to try to shame me or make me feel guilty, because this is part of who I am. Whatever it is, guys, only you and the Lord knows whatever it is. But even as a man, you've got to be like that with a woman. Don't ever play a game and know that you're a playboy, or you know that you lie, because you don't have the courage to be straight up and tell a woman who you are, and give her the choice to make if she wants to deal with you or not, and you hide it. The thing is, if you try to cover certain things up, they end up coming to the surface and getting exposed. The Bible talks about this, especially when it's something evil. See, the Bible talks about that. When you try to hide something and you know it's evil and you know it's wrong, free yourself. Free yourself. You pray, because God is the one that's always going to have your back. He's always going to have your back. He's always going to protect you. And he's always going to give you people that are safe. But the problem is, a lot of you all, you're not praying and asking the Father to bring people in your life that are trustworthy, or bring people in your life that are safe. You've got to talk to God about this. Everything to the Lord in prayer. That's biblical. You have to go to God and say, Father, I want people that I can trust. I want a person in my life that even when they get mad at me, they don't go out here and air my business out. Please understand that. Understand that suppression, it happens sometimes when there is no safety. You be the safe haven. If that person can't find any other friends or a family member or the person that they're in love with to be their safe haven, if they come around you, you have the right intention and you be safe. So when they show or reveal who they are 100% authentically, they can trust that you will hold that information and you will pray for them, but still be their friend. You will still be a good wife. You will still be a good husband. You will still be a good family member, and you will protect that person and leave only between you and them and the Lord what it was that they went from suppressing to revealing to you, because they love you and they simply want to bond with you. That's the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have taken offense to anything I spoke about in this video, it's okay, it's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned, because I know you will forgive me in the morning.